So let's start the engagement process through ConvertedIn and set up automated campaigns through the different social channels. When we hover into the social media, you'll find many subsections. Let's go for the create campaigns. This is the place where you will be able to find all your social connections and social channels so that you can start to execute automated campaigns. Let's take, for example, Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram. Let's make a campaign and see how easy it is to execute a very complex campaign. Starting a campaign, ConvertedIn will ask you, what is your primary objective? Whether to find new customers, whether to engage with previous visitors, or whether to interact with old customers, which is retention-based engagement. So let's go for finding new customer. In this section, you'll be able to access multiple templates, plug-and-play fashion, to start to engage with your users. It's very important to take a step back and understand the difference between static campaigns and dynamic campaigns. Static campaigns, from its name, it's static, so everyone receives the same creative, the same message, same everything. Let's say I'm selling, for example, an iPhone. So I will get a picture for the iPhone and display it to all the users in social media and search engine with the same creative, same tagline, same everything. So it's statically exhibited or shown to people across the different channels. But that's not the fun part. The fun part is to be able to interact with the user dynamically based on their interaction or intent with the different products you have in your catalog. For example, myself is an iPhone lover, so I will have an advertising that shows me the iPhone products. Jack likes Samsung products, so he will see Samsung related items, and so on. This is referred to as dynamic advertising. Most of the successful advertising is dynamically made because it leverages the user interaction, user intent, and make sure that everyone receives different advertising. Let's see how we can do that and convert it in. Let's go for people who may buy all the products. In this template, we specify the budget, which is $50 a day, and then you write the campaign tagline. For example, check our best collection and get a promo code discount of 10% using sale 10. When you allow dynamic creatives, this will allow the engine to display your ad across the different placements, whether it's Reels, Messenger, motion video, or static carousel. Once this happens, the product that has been selected in the campaign is synced to your social media, in this case Facebook, and it will attract all people who may buy this specific collection, and that's from its name. Let's take another example, which is retarget users who have engaged with your brand before. The most common use case is add to cart. I'd like to retarget all the people who've added to cart a specific item. So what happens is the engine will start to see who added which item to the cart and will start dynamically to display this item to this specific individual. Remember, we've already tracked the users from either our Pixel or the third-party tracking systems. So now we hold this information. This is the foundation of that dynamic engagement. You need to be able to track the user in order to provide relevant information based on this tracking. Now, when you launch the campaign, you have all the different products that have been added to the cart displayed to the users who've made this addition. Also, you can generate the copywriting by the AI. So once you hit generate by AI, ConvertedIn will help you suggest the best tagline that is based on most of the highly converting actions. Here, the engine detected a different language, so it adjusted the caption tagline based on this language and made sure that the caption is optimized for conversion. Once you hit launch, this campaign will be synced to your Meta ad account and it will retarget people who've added to the cart. Let's take another use case that is very important. Let's take the use case of finding new users based on the lookalikes. Remember, in the past module, we've learned about the audience and segments and how we can leverage these segments in order to acquire users based on lookalikes. Now let's take an example for this. Now I can see that I can create a lookalike for people who visited the website in the past 30 days, or lookalike for my past customers or high-value customers, or any segments that I already created in the past. Let's actually take a complete workflow from the segments. When we hover on the people and go to the segments, I would like to make a lookalike campaign for all the customers who have bought from my brand. So I'll send a campaign through social media and I'll specify Facebook and Instagram, and this will be an acquisition type of campaign by a lookalike. Automatically, this will sync this audience and it will just give me all this audience into one place, and it will start to tell me, okay, I will go to acquire users who share 1% similarity of a lookalike, and this will allow you to prospect for users who are similar to all my customers. In order to do this in a manual fashion, that will take a long time, let alone the efficiency of doing such thing. Once I specify the daily budget and write the campaign tagline, hit Allow Dynamic Creatives, and then launch. Once you hit launch, the campaign structure will be synced to your ad account with a campaign strategy of acquisition based on a lookalike audience, based on the customers that you've already interacted or bought from your brand. As you can see, it's very simple and convenient for you to run very complex campaign with very simple clicks. Let's take another example, but now leveraging the catalog segmentation that we have. Let's say I would like to acquire users who may buy not any of the products, but the top 10 selling items. In order to do this manually, you'll need first to segment your product catalog and search in your database what are the top 10 selling items within a specific time frame, and then sync these products into the social media with all its attributes, and then launch the campaign. As you can see, it's a very complex thing to do manually. Let's see how we can do that with very simple clicks in ConvertedIn. When we go to the social media campaigns, let's say we need to launch Facebook and Instagram campaign for the top 10 selling items. First of all, we define the objective, which is find new users. And then you go for the collection of best selling and you use this template. Or you can use the top 10 selling items or the top 10 revenue items or whatever template that you feel more convenient for your marketing strategy. In this case, I would specify people who may buy top 10 selling products this month. So in this case, automatically ConvertedIn fetches the information about the top 10 selling items, group them into a product set, and start to sync these products into a specific campaign for users who may be interested to buy only these items. So you can see the level of sophistication and complexities in terms of the segmentation and how you can leverage this and sync it to the social channels to only acquire users with a specific either user attribute or product attribute. Now let's take another example. Imagine this. Right now, I'd like to retarget people who viewed any items only on Instagram. Let's take this use case and see how I can automate this flow. First, I'll go to specify Instagram ad. In this case, I will engage with previous visitors, which is commonly known for retargeting campaigns. Hit next. And then I'd like to interact with people who viewed content. So let's search here, view. So retarget people who viewed item to all my products. This is the type of template I would like to have. This means that I'll be retargeting people who've exhibited some intent on some certain products. So imagine this. You've browsed, for example, an iPhone. That means you have some relative intent to buy this information or some relative interest. I can leverage this information and start to retarget people who have mild intent with aggressive promotions to make them complete the buying decision. Or I can retarget people at the end of the funnel who exhibit high intent, such as people who add it to the cart. As you can see, depending on your strategy, ConvertedIn will serve and execute this strategy for you in a very seamless fashion. So once you specify the target audience that you'd like to interact with, same thing happens. You specify the daily budget, write the campaign tagline, whether manually or with the help of AI, and then launch the campaign. As you've seen, the complexities of social media marketing and digital ads is now becoming easier and easier with automation. You can execute very complex campaign strategies seamlessly and without any technical understanding for the complexities of the campaign setup, data exchange, segmentation, and so on and so forth. As you've seen with Meta, it's very easy to acquire users, retarget users, retain users. Same thing would apply for any of the different social channels, whether it's TikTok, Snapchat, Twitter, or LinkedIn.